Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Phantasmal Forest, a D&D show where a couple college students get together and play with NPCs that I've named Gilronk. So, last we left off, we were in Gear, the Academy of Engineering and Alchemy and Reason, and you would run into its headmaster, Gimbal. After finding out some information about the situation Gimbal and you all were in, you decided to work your way down through the tower, looking for the imp that you know you had seen somewhere before. You decided to split up and search different rooms, all going your own way. Balthus, you found your way into a secret chamber on the third floor. No, the second floor. The second floor. Balthus found his way into a secret chamber on the second floor. And just as you were about to call out to your companions, you heard a yell from Gimbal, who in the kitchen had run into a devil. So that's where we're picking off. Balthus, you are in this kind of chamber with these four big chests lining the floor, and you've heard that yell of, I found the devil, coming from the kitchen from Gimbal. And I think what I'm going to have you guys do is maybe roll initiative, and then we can see how this thing plays out. So, roll is out a die.
18 plus 3, I think. Yeah, it's 18 plus 3. 20.
Perfect 20 for me.
Coming in at a hot 5 plus 1.
Oh, no. 20 is Balthus. All right, I need to roll for the enemies. Where's your initiative? Why is everything so hard to find? All right. And then one more. Balthus, what's your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is 3.
3? Okay, so you're going to go ahead of...
Ready to kick some devil butt.
So first up in the order is Miria. You are, I forget what room you had went to search. It was either the cafeteria or the study room. I think Oliver was in the study room.
Cafeteria.
So I believe you were in the cafeteria. Yeah. So you're actually the closest. You can't be more than... I mean, you can't be more than 30 feet away from like the entrance to the door if you're just kind of searching around that area.
Yeah.
You probably could be more than, but I'm not going to make you more than 30 feet away when this is happening.
Thanks. I'm going to use my movement to run to wherever Glim and the devil are from where I hear the voice.
So you're going to, you run up kind of dashing around these circular tables placed throughout the room and throw open the big double doors to the kitchen, which you did not go in the first time around. You went into the cafeteria and you looked in the closet, but you didn't go into the kitchen. So it's a new environment. There is steam in the air, kind of hot air hits your face. It feels like the oven is on. And there is not just the imp you saw before, but there is another creature, a little bit larger, with these spines growing out of it. And there is Gimbal, you know, all 3 feet of him, shaky kneed, pointing and being like, these are the ones. And Miria, you feel so incredibly angry at these devils. They are just like,
they suck.
Like your blood's boiling being in their presence. And it's not just about the heat of the room. There's something else that's heating up inside you at the sight of them.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the larger one.
Cool.
Let me pull.
Is that a save from me?
That is, yes, a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
All right. And I'm going to have 20.
Yeah, that's gonna pass with a save.
So
So
the
I'm like,
creature kind of like tilts its head and it like bristles like a porcupine, and you see the spikes move, and it doesn't react to the vicious mockery you've cast.
that's what I do to it.
Next up in the order is Balthus. So you are quite a bit farther away. You'd have to go through you're kind of behind a secret chamber. So if you want to get into the kitchen where this noise is happening, you would probably need to spend your movement to run, and then also spend your action to do what's called a dash and move again, basically. So instead of hitting something, you can run again. You're just not close enough to hit anything right now.
All right. Are there any enemies near me, like in that room, or is it just them?
So you could spend your time like checking for enemies in the room you're in right now, if you'd like, instead of running. But like at first glance around this this place, you just see a room with 4 chests in it.
Okay, so I don't feel like there's anything immediate. So I feel like I'll just try to get back to where they are, because they seem in a lot more danger than I am in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do that. So what should I do? Just
you're just gonna make your way through up through the bathroom, which had the secret door in it, around the corner, and kind of making it just up into the kitchen, but not quite close enough to get into any sort of combat range with you can't see into the door, so you're not quite aware of the situation that's happening. So far, you just kind of have heard the yells and then heard the sound of Miria casting in the distance. There's notes in the back of this from Graph Theory. Sorry about that.
It adds to the flair.
Flavor text.
Yep.
I was looking at it and I was like, what's written on there? Oh, it's a graph. Let's see. So then next in the order is this bigger devilish creature. And it is going to look over and see that it has, I don't know. What is it going to do? I'm going to do one bite attack at Gimbal, who is standing in front of it, and then one fork attack at you, Miria, as it's holding like a kind of almost cartoonish pitchfork in its hand. So to Gimbal, where did my dice go? Oh, the magic. All right. Oh God. I'm losing all of my dice. I hope Mary cuts this part out. Okay, I'm back. I found it. Okay. Now for the attack on Gimbal. It was almost a natural 20. It just shifted over at the last minute to be a 7, which is going to miss him. Miria, this attack's for you. And that is an 11.
Misses.
Okay, so my critical roll dice are failing me today. No. That is the devil's turn as you guys charge into the room. Next in the order is the original imp you had seen, who this time, kind of backed by its friends instead of running away, is going to attack. And it's going to... It's going to transform into a spider, and it's going to run towards you in an attempt to bite Miria. So that is going to be a 12.
Does not hit.
Okay.
But when I see a little spider coming towards me, I'm like, oh, how cute. And then I remember it's an imp and I'm like, oh no.
Okay, well, it misses. So next in the order is Gimbal. And he is, staring at these creatures, and you kind of see him take a big breath, and we're going to cast Banishment. So let me look that up really quick, because somebody has my cleric spell cards.
I forgot to give them back to you.
Somebody in this world. I won't say who.
I wonder who.
Okay.
Zoe. What the hell, dude? Give those cards back.
I love stealing cleric spell cards. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, eventually, I'm going to need them back, Zoe, so. All right. Banishment. It's a concentration spell. You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. So it's a concentration spell for 1 minute. So Gimble's going to cast this on the bigger devil in hopes that you guys can protect him from the smaller imp while he's concentrating on the banishment.
Sick.
So, and I'm sure he's kind of like relaying this to you in some sort of like, Miria, I'm going to try to deal with the big one, but I'm going to need help.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like I didn't do too well on the big one. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, so I'm going to make a saving throw. I have a -1 to charisma with this thing, so that's good. And I need to beat Gimble's spell save, which is a 17. Okay. It's always weird casting against yourself, because then you're like, wait, which part am I rolling for? Do I want it to be high or low? All right. That was a 7. I have an advantage. Was a 16 -1, 15. It does work. And you see this, creature, the big pitchfork, the spines coming out of its back, this kind of presence that's so big in the room suddenly pop out of existence, and it's no longer there. But you can see this elder gnome that you would at this point, kind of bumbling around, is concentrating a lot of energy into this spell and is continuing to look like he is concentrating on this while the other imp stands as a spider in front of Miria. So it's not as intimidating a scene as I had imagined, but that's okay. He's still there. Next in the order is Oliver.
It sounds like my friends are in trouble.
Yeah. You are still in the study room, which is even farther away than Balthus. So you are going to need to just hoof it unless you want to, take a casual walk.
Yeah, I'm hoofing it.
Okay. You can get probably halfway through the cafeteria, but you're going to need to take your full movement next turn to get up to people.
Okay.
Top of the order, Miria, it's you versus a spider.
I'm going to step on it.
Yeah, great. Roll to attack.
Yeah, what's the modifier for that?
I would say it's an improvised weapon, right? It's not improvised. It's the thing where you attack without any weapons.
Yeah, it's an unarmed.
Unarmed.
I don't typically have that open because I'm not.
I think it's just
strength
roll plus strength, and then you'll do damage that's like a D4, half of a D4, I think.
Well, yeah, I got a 4.
Okay, to hit. That does not hit the spider.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my bonus action to use my dancing dagger, and I'm going to command it to attack the spider and stab it.
Yeah, go for it. Roll another attack with the dagger.
Better. Fucking 2. So that's also a 4 in total.
That doesn't hit. I'm sorry.
It's a spider. How much AC can it have?
It can dodge.
Well, it's not a spider. It's an
little
imp.
legs.
So
I guess it's just really fast, and I'm like trying to step on it, but it's running out of the way.
Yeah. Next in the order, Balthus, you can move to get up to. I'm sorry. I just read Harry's message. Balthus, your turn in the order. You can move up to the action, and you can see is you get into the room and you hear this big ruckus and a scream, and it's this old gnome Gimble concentrating, eyes closed, hands held clasped together, muttering under his breath, and then Miria dancing, like tap dancing around a spider, and that's kind of what you walk into.
Die, you stupid little die! Why are you so hard to step on?
Is there a reason you're going after this spider?
Yes, the freaking imp! I'm trying to stab it.
Also, are you okay? I hear screams.
I'm just kind of angry right now. It seems like it should be really easy to step on tiny spider, but no.
Okay, I'll leave you to that. You seem. So, all right. I moved to obviously get in the room, and I see this, and the devil is that little like spiky devil thing. Is they still there? Are they still there?
No, that one is the one that kind of like popped out of existence, but
Right.
there's a spell keeping him away for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess in that case, okay, so I assume Gimble's doing his own thing. So I guess I will get into the room and attempt to like what am I gonna do? I guess I can also try to step on the spider.
Go for it.
All right.
Roll an attack.
Sure. Oh, attack. That is
Dragonborn's gonna have bigger feet.
I'd imagine, right? Okay, so equipment. Oh no, that's unarmed. So in that case, what is that? 8.
20 plus strength. What is it?
An 8.
What? 8?
Yes. Yeah.
You rolled a d20 and you added your strength and you got 8?
Oh, I did not roll a d20. My bad. I rolled a d10. I am stupid.
Good for a D10.
So when you're rolling to hit, always roll a d20.
My bad.
You almost always roll a d20 unless I tell you specifically otherwise.
My bad.
No
Whoops.
problem.
So
Part of the learning curve.
Yep. Okay, I got a 13 plus the modifier, which is a 17. 17
does hit the spider, so you can do damage.
Okay. That is that the D10?
No, is this unarmed? You're gonna step on it?
This is the unarmed one.
Then I would do a D4.
A D4. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right. I got a 4.
All right. The spider looks a little crunched, but it's still wiggling around.
Is it as agile as it was earlier?
It can still get around. In fact, it's its turn, and it's going to try to bite you.
Okay.
So let's see how that works out for it. I got a 14.
My armor is 16.
Do you have your shield up?
I don't think I said I had one. No.
What's your armor with your shield down?
Armor shield down is 14 as well.
So I would hit you with the spider. All right. So I'm going to do some damage. Let's see.
Like rips my foot off.
Oh, no. Oh, there it is. All right. So take 3 piercing damage, and then I'm going to have you take roll a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Constitution saving throw. 20.
20?
Yeah.
All right, so you save. So you're only going to take 3 extra points of poison damage.
Okay. So 6 in total?
Yeah, 6 in total.
Gotcha. Wow. All right. That spider packs a punch. Great.
Next in the order is Gimble, and he is going to continue concentrating on his spell and just be like, just kill the spider.
We're trying.
Oliver, it's your turn.
I'm hoofing it. I'm hoofing it.
You're hoofing it. You can get up into the doorway. You can kind of see this scene that I'm not going to describe for a third time.
Okay.
He's trying to step on a spider.
Can I magic missile it?
Go for it.
It auto hits just to cut to the chase with it.
I'm going to move my foot out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So 3 glowing darts. Each dart deals 1d4. That's a 1, 4, another 1 plus 3. So that should be 9.
9. With that, I was about to do a stamping motion, but you literally just said you magic missile. So that's wrong. You come into the doorway, you see the commotion, and you just take out your hand and you just shoot these 3 darts. And you see the first one hits and the spider looks fried, and the second hits and it pops back into the body of an imp, and the third hits and you see this thing just dissolve after it. Like, it's just like the magic in it just hits it, and with so much force that it just kind of breaks apart and kind of descends into the ground below. So there's not really much of remains here, but you did get rid of it, and you can continue to stay there. And while Gimple concentrates for the last minute to seal the banishment of the stronger devil away. So in that case, we can be out of initiative order. I'm really mad. I planned that fight, and I was like, oh, it's going to be such a cool thing for them to fight. And then I looked at Gimple's abilities. I'm like, no, of course he would just banish the big guy immediately. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Gimple.
If he's an old cleric, he's going to do this backup move. You know what I mean? So then I just handicapped my own fight. It's fine.
My foot is in so much pain.
Yeah, we were having enough trouble with the spider.
Yeah.
Thanks for Gimples.
Do you need healing?
Definitely. I lost almost half of my HP.
Okay. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
It would have been 9 hit points total if you had failed that con save.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoopsie. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Balthus. You are cured. And that you get, how many points where's Cure Wounds? 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
Nice.
You get, that one was bad, 4 plus 2, I think.
Perfect. We're right back to where we were.
Yes. Right?
Nice.
Yes. 6 points back.
All right. Well, that was not great. But there's no more devils, so...
Yeah, nice job. We didn't get to ask it any questions, though.
Oh, yeah, we did kind of kill it.
We did kind of kill, but it was good. I wanted it dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. But, devils, they're all there for deals, and I'm not sure how much information you get out of a devil without giving something else up, so...
Mm-hmm.
The imp, maybe.
I found 4 chests in the bathroom.
Ooh, yeah.
You know of them?
I own the school. I made it.
I mean, that's true, but do we know what's in them?
Okay.
3 of them are regular, and 1 of them will eat you.
Oh, that's nice.
What?
Intruders.
Yes, but in the bathroom?
No, it's in the secret room behind the bathroom where everyone hides their stuff, obviously.
Is there a way to tell the eating chest from the other chests apart?
If you put it there, you know where it is.
Yeah, there. So we found the imp. What are we doing now?
How do we feel about leaving this building for once? Finally.
Maybe a little medical care would be good for you. I don't know if it seemed like you healed up okay, but it seems like also a lot of stress to have your whole entire school fall apart.
Well, I was going to suggest we go to, a local bar or something, just sit, relax, have dinner. It's been so long since I've had dinner with anybody.
Just want some pals.
Yes, you guys want me to cast that spell? You want me to commune with Ioun? I don't know where this accent came from.
Well, if you want to, it could be useful to get some information from your goddess.
Right. I need to sleep.
Oh, well, we can do it another day. Let's go get food. I like that idea.
That's so I mean, I don't know if you are familiar with around here. Or...
I'm not familiar with anywhere.
I'm not familiar with here, but I'm familiar with a touch more than Miria.
Not anything up here. I don't know if you've noticed I'm from the ground. Under it.
You're familiar with the spiders, though.
Yes.
I bet you recognize that spider.
Not, well, I mean, yeah.
What's left of it?
Let's go get some food.
Yes, okay. We'll get some food. So Gimbal, where would he take you? He is going to take you. There's a couple different options, right? So as we're walking out of the campus, which is still kind of deserted in its area, remember, you're kind of walking out of this one giant building, and then you're just in like a campus. Like it's so odd that all of this was so detached, and you walk out of this building and you kind of see these small buildings of dorms and other academic buildings scattered around. And then as it falls into the larger city beyond that, you have, kind of a couple different like levels of bars. There's more of a piano like bar going. There's one place called the Polite Pickaxe that you could go to, or one that's more of an inn if you wanted to look for a place to stay for the night. That's called the Mechanical Mushroom. So anything you'd like to go there, Gimbal is those are his options. He points out.
Mechanical
place to stay would be nice. Oh, sorry.
Mechanical Mushroom sounds fun.
Yeah.
And we can get a place to stay.
Yeah. You go up, and it's this portion. It's the corner of a building that's a couple stories tall, but it's kind of this shop that just takes place on the first floor. There are windows on two sides since it lands on a street corner, and it's painted purple, which is a very different look to the kind of gray cityscape building that you've seen around you. And as you walk into this place, it's, colorful booths and comfortable carpeting and circular wooden tables scattered around the room. There are a couple booths in the back, but it seems to be that this is a place where there's a lot of open seating, and you can see a lot of people from multiple tables kind of turning towards and sitting with each other, and there is conversation going on quite loudly across the entire interior of this tavern. So you walk in here, and that is kind of your first glimpse of this little bar.
Do you think we need to keep quiet about the fungus curse thing? Do people know about it around here?
It's on the ground. It's everywhere.
I mean, yes, nobody seems, I guess, particularly concerned that it's taken over the whole campus.
Well, it's not important to the everyday man. I don't know. They just live like every day to the next.
So long as no creatures eat it, it seems relatively harmless.
That's true. There's not a lot of random creatures who live around here to like get into it as much.
Maybe some really messed up alligators.
Yeah, I mean, they're messed up on their own, though.
Let's get a little booth or something.
Yeah, you can sit at one of the kind of only more secluded tables, kind of close to the back here. And a barmaid comes up. It's a human woman wearing kind of a nice orange dress with an apron wrapped around it. Her hair is pulled up into a bun, and she places a kind of older, warped piece of parchment in front of you that has a tavern menu. So, there are dice flying around still. There are I mean, you can get any kind of selection of like ale or wine. They don't have anything particularly fine, but it's also not like terrible. They also have a few specials. There's a baked potato stew. There's some braised owlbear, and a bean sandwich, which doesn't really have much more of a description underneath it. But that is something that is listed on their kind of specialties section.
Sick. I will get the baked potato stew and some owlbear. And
All right.
whatever ale has the most fun name.
Yeah, there's one ale that's because CJ knows that I have a list of character names, so CJ wants me to name as many crazy things as possible so that I have to come up with them.
I know how much Suzanne loves coming up with names on the spot.
This really stresses me out.
I know it is your favorite activity. You don't have to tell me the name of the ale. I just picked
it. No, but you wanted to know.
Well, then they just bring you the ale with like the wackiest name, like inconceivably.
It's just we can't even read pronounce it if we tried. It's so cool.
The name of the ale is the Panoramic Dragon.
Nice.
Wonderful. That is a good name.
I'll get there.
I kind of want that. Yeah.
yeah. You can get one of those as well. For a mug of it, it's going to be like 4 copper. Miria, for your meal, I would say you're probably somewhere around like your meal and the drink, probably like 6 silver.
Cool.
Yeah.
How much is that? Oh.
Yeah, go for it.
How much is that bean sandwich?
The bean sandwich would be 3 silver pieces if you're interested.
Oliver's a little hungry. I'm a little hungry. We have a bean sandwich.
Sure. Anything to drink, darling.
Like a medium scale wine. You can name it if you so choose.
A medium.
What's the name of the wine, Suzanne?
Like, I don't know.
Oh, our classic medium scale wine, the Elite Sourwood.
The Elite.
Nope, that was bad. I was like,
it's an okay wine, but Elite is in the title.
Yeah, if it's Elite, you know it's good.
It's Elite.
It's Elite, you know it's okay.
I would like.
Do you want some nice rosé, a nice light, with some bubbles?
Can I do a little scan on the tavern and just kind of people watch, see what sort of characters are about?
Yeah. You can sit here and watch people come in and out. A lot of gnomes live in this area, and you do see kind of seating of different chairs and heights adjusted for that. But there are also quite a few humans and elves who make their way in and out of the street, and also a few dragonborn. So Balthus, you don't really stick out among that area. You don't see anyone yet. You're not from this city per se, but we are getting pretty close to kind of where you are from. So I would be just careful in spaces if you don't want to be recognized. That would be, kind of like as you're sitting here in the bar watching people come in and out, that you're like, oh, maybe I've seen them around before. Like, did we, like, you're just trying to remember like faces as they come in, and you're concentrating on that. You can get your food, and as you're sitting at the table, what's his face? Gimbal.
What's his face? You gave this man 7 names.
What's his face?
Can't remember a single one of them.
Nope. No, I cannot. Gimbal comes back to the table with some more wine. He's got a fine bottle for the group that he puts down, and he puts down a piece of paper, and he says, okay, let's talk it out. Here's something I'm interested in doing. I know a spell which I often use in certain disputes. Zone of Truth.
Okay.
We could have a nice discussion about what's happening to my school and why you showed up there, and maybe we can both get honest answers out of each other.
We told you why. Do you not trust us?
I trusted you enough to help me get out. To help you get out, mostly. I don't want anyone else to be stuck in there. But it just seems weird.
Wow, and
You
I
know?
thought you just wanted to get a drink with us.
I did. I do. But I'd really also like to maybe get all the facts straight. If you don't want to, no problem.
I'll do it, Gimbals.
I can't. I mean, you could always. What? I seriously didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'll do it, Gimbals. Was that me? You're asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it, Gimbals. I'll step up.
Gimbals. It's Gimbal, like singular, but I like Gimbals anyway.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's good. It's good.
So, Melnim sent us. You don't trust that we're here to help, and just kind of rude because we came in and we tried to. I healed you, but never mind.
I healed you.
Healed you first. You were unconscious.
I'm not saying that your reasons for coming are untrustworthy. I just want to know that. I don't know.
It's whatever. Do your truth thing.
Well, now I don't want to.
If you're not gonna trust us, do the truth thing. It's fine.
It's fine. I want, how do we know that we can trust you?
I would be under the spell too.
Exactly. So maybe you're saying you don't want to do the zone of truth now because you were using reverse psychology to try and fake us out, and now you're saying
like zone of truth while you're in the middle of that speech. You can try to save against it if you'd like, or you can not. So
does he know if we try to save against it?
That is what I'm going to check for you right now.
Okay.
Would you know that, Oliver Arkwright?
Oh, you've frozen.
What?
You froze for a bit. Can't hear you.
I froze, or
Zoe.
Yeah. Oliver froze.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. We hear you now.
You're good now.
I did not catch the last bit of your sentence, Suzanne.
She asked if Oliver would know like whether or not.
Oh, I could do an Arcana check for that.
Yeah, I don't know where Suze went. Oh, that's Suze.
I was looking up rules. So I know whether you succeed or fail. I don't necessarily know if you try to like. Okay,
I'm just not gonna try. I just maybe out of spite, Oliver would try to resist, but also like he's stuck. He'd
try to resist
up.
Out of spite. Is that a wisdom saving throw? Suze?
Yeah, I'm checking.
I think it is.
Charisma.
Charisma, great. I'm better.
Oh no, you're a bard.
Well, I rolled a nat 1.
So you fail the saving throw, and it's basically a sphere of like a 15-foot radius. And while you're in it, you can't actively lie. You can avoid questions. So you don't have to answer them. It's not compulsory truth telling, but you cannot tell something that you know is a lie. So it's whatever you believe to be true. Balthus, do you want to save against it?
Yeah, sure. Well,
right.
So
charisma save.
Charisma save. Cool. All right. I got a 14.
That's not going to do it. So you also fail the saving throw, and you are within the zone of truth and have to comply with that.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if, like, I guess just if I would know if, like, Gimbal really has to also tell the truth?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a nat 20 plus 6.
26, you look at him and there is a certain kind of like grimace on his face as the kind of spell washes over himself too, and you feel pretty confident that he is also compelled to tell the truth in this moment. Okay. So you have, let's see, 10 minutes in this zone of truth. So answers you want truthful are the questions you need to ask now. You guys can all independently come up with questions for Gimbal. Basically, you ask me a question and I'm going to ask you one, and I feel like then we can just, everyone can get a couple turns of quick fire questions you want distinct answers to, because we could really draw out a conversation of Gimbal being awkward for like 40 minutes, and that's not, I don't want to necessarily have to do that.
Okay, well, is he going to ask first, or should we just like go?
No, you start.
What do you know about the fungus or the imps or the stuff going on in your school that you are not telling us?
That I'm not telling you?
Yes.
I know it's been here for a while. I know it comes from over the mountains. I know there's some sort of intelligence behind it. It has to be smart.
The fungus itself or the cause of it?
Who knows? That is not information I've actively looked into.
It's not very specific.
You said there was someone at the school studying the fungus at one point, a teacher. Were you involved in that at all? Like, did you let that onto the campus?
I never let it into the school.
But you let the teacher onto the campus? No, knowingly?
The teacher worked for me for years before the fungus began to appear.
Okay.
What was your most embarrassing childhood memory?
One time, my brother... I have to pull up his brother's name now. Oh no, I don't remember.
Is that lighting thing you're doing on your Zoom screen supposed to intentional? Because it looks awesome.
Nope, it's just how the light's happening right now. I don't know what to do with it.
This is the truth spell. That's what it looks like.
My brother, Grimcase, he said that the dog treats we fed our dog were made of chocolate and they would taste great. So I ate one and it was terrible. And I cried and I washed my mouth out in the river. Are you happy?
Very much so.
Very.
Yeah.
I write it down in my notebook I write for blackmail above it.
Seriously, what is this light?
I think it looks fancy. I think it looks cool.
It's like right in the middle of my face.
Well, it could be the truth spell. It's the truth spell incarnate.
Zone of truth is...
Yeah.
Now I'm within the zone of truth. And now
Exactly. It's like a bubble.
Okay. Well, why were you going to see Mel Lim?
Uh-oh.
Because lady from Vashton told us to.
We were maybe going to kidnap him.
No, maybe not necessarily.
Listen, they said they wanted us to save the birds whose population was dwindling. Mm-hmm. So only good intentions there. And then we changed that he did not want to be kidnapped, so we did not kidnap him.
We did change our minds about it.
We had no idea of any details of the bird. We thought it was just any other bird.
Yeah, like
a parrot.
Quest without asking any questions of the quest giver?
It's our first adventure. It's our first adventure.
I'm not used to this job.
I just sort of wandered into the office and then I was being given a quest, so...
I just sit around and I write things down and I wanted to have a fun adventure.
I'm a soldier. I follow orders.
I was following that guy.
Why are you here then still?
Because Milnim told us to ask questions to you.
It seemed important. It seemed like on our journey there, we encountered some dangerous animals, which seemed quite unnatural.
They had the fungus on them.
When we're
Like a
coming
wolf.
at things.
We
We want to
found a
help.
wolf. We're very infected.
It's very gross.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that you should take on this quest yourselves?
It
Yes.
just feels, our responsibility to the world, and also maybe a cool adventure that I can bring home, but
Be a cool.
a responsibility to the world first.
Yeah, I mean, responsibility first, but also
Money.
adventure. Can write songs about it. And also, I don't want a magical plague to destroy everything on the continent that I am trying to visit and explore. What?
Fair enough. Forgot
I'm not
about that
going
part.
to not do anything about it. I mean, maybe if it gets really hard, I will stop doing things about it. But
And I gesture to like the people around, and it's like, and it seems like no one else is taking this seriously. I mean, the people are just sitting at this bar.
I mean, there's not much natural left here to be corrupted.
that is sad.
How long have you known Milnim? Like, are you two on like very good terms? Like, tell me a little history about it.
Oh, we met when I was a much younger gnome. Good. Stay in touch. He's a good source of information. Very knowledgeable. Strong. We'll chat.
How often do you chat?
Once a month.
Oh, right.
We're good friends.
Pal deal.
And we have
I didn't know. I just wanted to know.
the first Tuesday of every month.
We have a Zoom call.
Yeah, but so
Across the mountain.
due to the plague, we're in lockdown.
Do you know anything about? I don't really know where we are on the continent with regards to inland or sea area. Do you know anything about sea creatures being like killed or the fungus spreading to that area? Have you heard anything about, I guess, other habitats, but specifically sea creatures?
Sea creatures. Well, I mean, we're on the water in Detroit, but there's not many sea creatures I can really think of as a prime example. Nothing that comes too close to the shores. And the sailors generally have heavy enough weaponry that it's not hard for them to take out things when they need to.
But it's something you've heard about.
No,
No?
honestly, actually, I haven't.
I take out the little skeleton of the skull spider that we fought in the cave, which is probably kind of gross by now. And I just...
It was not gross before, but it's gross now.
Well, it's extra gross now because it's dead and it's been in my bag for like 6 days.
6 days.
I got it on day... Well, no, never mind. Sorry. I got it on day 4 of Journey. So I only got it like two days ago. So it's actually... I added the numbers instead of... Anyway, do you know... Is this natural? Is this a fungus-created thing? The spider skeleton on the table in front of him.
Have Gimbal do a, what do you think? A nature check?
Yeah. Whatever he's better at.
He's great at those. What the heck? That's 27. It's I think it was a fiend. It was like it's not natural.
Gross.
But not impacted by the fungus?
No. I mean, this doesn't look to be anything corrupted as much as something not from here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it. If it's a fiend. Gross.
You put it in your bag.
Well, I didn't know that it was a gross fiend. I thought it was like a cool animal. Do you have a trash can, miss?
And the bar.
Put it in the tip jar. They won't notice.
The barmaid comes over and is like, "What can I do for you?"
Oh, excuse me. If you could just lead me to the trash can or point it out for me.
Oh, and she just, I'll take it behind the bar. You can just give me what you.
Oh, you don't want to touch it? That is okay. I'm going to I speed out of the booth and go toss my dead spider away.
Okay.
And then I come back.
She's gone by the time you get back. She's just walked off. She does not even know what to say.
Cool. Oh, I also show him my multicolored moss.
Multicolored moss?
That I picked up from the cool moss room.
Oh, that's right. You did pick up cool moss. All right, let me do another nature check. This one's a 28.
Nice.
Suzanne forgets what this moss does, but it has I think it's magical in that it glows and it's interesting and pretty looking.
I guess it was just
I think it's something that is a derivative of a moss that would grow in the Feywild, but it's not it's not going to give you any magic power. You shouldn't eat it. It's just mostly something that is a fun and odd variant and something you probably wouldn't expect to find on the prime material plane. Similarly, you wouldn't necessarily find fiendish spiders everywhere in the prime material.
So, well, you guys, I don't know what else to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you gonna do now?
You told us, was there the teacher studying the moss?
Yes.
Or fungus or not mushrooms, but
find that lady.
Angelica. I could scry. I don't know if I have the spell slots for scrying. I don't know. 5th level. What do I have today? I can't scry today. Okay, so I need to say this in character. I could scry on her, but it would be a choice between that or asking for knowledge from Ayun. I can only do one each day.
Well,
how much?
You talk.
How much knowledge can you get from Ayun?
I can ask 3 yes or no questions.
I think if we are, does she have to answer honestly?
Ayun?
Yes.
Yes. The DM has to answer honestly in those spells, if that's what you're asking.
But I don't know if maybe finding the lady Angelica is better, because then we can actually go and do something. Because I don't know. What would you ask of your goddess?
Should we go to find her? Should I go to this other place? Does the person know information? Blah, blah. I don't know. Yes or no questions. You tell me what you'd wanted. I have things to attend to, obviously, at this school. But I'm willing to attend at least from here. You seem like you are willing to take some sort of steps, and that is good to see, I guess.
We want to do something about it. I don't want this whole continent to be destroyed.
No, nor do I. And yet it is so easy to sit by. So
I'm doing it.
we could probably at this point say, Zone of Truth has faded away. It's probably been more than 10 minutes since we've had a conversation.
Adjusts light, yeah.
Yeah. No, how do I, which way?
I
What
don't
if
know.
you tilted your computer?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Amazing! The
It was
light
like-
effects.
It looks like
The
a glitch
lighting,
going
wow.
away. Like it was
We're
just
getting
there
some-
one second and
we're
gone the next.
Yeah, we're getting
Alright,
complex.
cinema.
This.
Zone of Truth, gone.
Wow.
Okay. So logistically, you guys have the night to be at the tavern, talk to people around here. You're in a city, so if there's something you wanted to look for, now might be a time to do that and to think of plans for what you are going to do as your next kind of step. Theorize, different pathways you could take. And I'm also going to, at the end of this, as you guys are sitting down and resting, and at some point before you wake up for the next day, have you guys level up to level 3 for getting out of gear alive. Very exciting. So that'll also be some kind of update, upkeep, That's how it works.
Okay.
Some kind of like update to your character in that way as well. So let me know what you want to do with this time before you have to kind of reconvene and either ask Gimbal to scry or commune.
Well, I think the plan for tomorrow is we will have Gimbal scry for Angelica, and then we'll go look for her.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody has any better ideas?
Oh, I think that's perfect for me.
Sounds good. We could take some time to look around the city, or if you are tired, you can.
I want to go find, I don't know, a music shop if they have one, and I want to find some cool stuff for my dad.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
Beep, beep. I got a 15, I think. Yes.
Yeah, you can find a music store. I don't know how much insurance. This is great. I'm going to look up how much some insurance costs. Okay. So there are some instruments are going to be more expensive. If you're looking for something, you can find like pan flutes. Is going to be like the price I saw listed was like 35 gold pieces. But something more like a nice fun pair of like what are those little eggs? The shaker eggs.
Maracas?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite maracas, but they're like actual like
Shaky eggs.
Yeah, shaky eggs is more in turn of what I'm thinking. That kind of level instrument, you can find a couple of those for maybe 2 gold.
What about, I would like to find music books, especially of like old music or cultural folk songs.
Yeah, why don't you... What would be the best way? I could have you do another investigation to try to search through the shelves, or you could try to coerce a shop owner into helping you look.
Yeah, sure. Hi, hello. Hello. Anyone home?
Hello?
Hi. I was wondering if you had folk songs or songbooks of cultural songs from the area.
Folk songs. Yeah, we probably in the back. I could look. And you see what you thought was kind of like a human woman steps down from a stool and is much, much shorter, quite a few feet shorter than you had anticipated. It's actually more of like a kind of little stair situation that she walks down and waddles around to the back and shows you up to a section that is pretty high up on the shelf of where the folk music is. And I mean, I don't think there are stairs in the place that are going to bring this lady high enough to shelve it there. So Lord knows how it got put there, but you do see the section. It is even quite tall for you.
Can I manage to reach? I cannot reach it.
You probably have to jump.
Oliver, is Oliver here? Did you come with?
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Did Balthus come with?
Sure.
The whole crew.
Just hanging.
Do you want to just reach up and get maybe the oldest looking one up there? Balthus?
Sure. Do I have to roll for that?
No, I think you can go in.
Okay, I was gonna say if I like miss and land on somebody.
Just destroy the shop.
It's tippy toes. It's tippy toes to get up there about this, and you go and you grab at one.
Is this one okay?
What's in it?
It is looks like a well-used copy of love songs, like of old love songs from the area. It is yellowed pages, and it looks like someone has played through almost every piece in the book.
Yes, this one is very good. I think I will buy it if I have money for it. How much is this book?
3 silver pieces.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I would like to purchase it.
She holds her hand all the way up in the air.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Come again.
Let's keep on out the shop. My new book. Are they like gnomish songs?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. They're all in gnomish as well.
Cool.
I'm walking out with Miriam. I'm like, penmanship in there was impressive, but I feel like, if I was doing my best, I could do a little better than how those books were written.
Do you want to look for something?
What other shops are in the area?
I mean, a lot of what you can imagine would be in the area. You could probably find people selling all sorts of different types of items, whether that be clothing. There are a couple stores kind of by the docks that are going to have more kind of stuff coming in from shipping and containers and boats there. You could probably find a magic store, which you just might take some pointing in the right direction if you were interested in that. But it is a big enough city that you could probably find what you wanted to find if you could look in the right place.
The magic store is definitely interesting. I think maybe first Oliver would want to check out getting a new tent.
A new tent.
R.I.P. his tent. Question, Suzanne. Are we in a seaside town?
Yeah.
Did I totally miss this? What?
So you came in from the land. You came in very inland towards it, and you came to the college first. But you are on a coastal city.
Okay.
It is a kind of harsh transition from like big city vibes to suddenly you're at kind of docks, and there is no kind of like beaches or more relaxing area. It is just kind of a city that happens to be placed on a beach more than one that is integrated into it.
I'm a full-on fool. I was not aware. I thought we were inland, but
you did ask that question about like sea creatures, which was very
I thought we were in an inland country. Okay, I think
I know, and so I was like,
I swear to God, you didn't mention it. We were walking into the city. I was very focused on the buildings and the fungus and finding the school.
Maybe I didn't say it as well as I should.
All right,
it was a couple weeks ago now, so like.
That's true.
If Oliver is looking for a tent, I probably won't go with him. But I want to meet up and find the magic store later.
Oliver, you can find a really nice guy, very smooth talking, is willing to sell you this beautiful tent for 1 gold. I mean, it's got all the amenities you could ever need. A nice rain flap and all this, lots of mag poles. It's so easy to set up. And come on, like, look at this thing. It's orange. It's amazing. Like, he's really going after it.
Like, smooth talking, like, I trust this guy smooth talking, or like,
I don't know. I want to roll an insight check.
yeah, that makes sense. I'll roll an insight check.
Used tent salesman.
That's a 10.
A 10. Let me roll. Yeah, he seems pretty trustworthy.
Okay. Oliver's like, hell yeah, I want this tent. It sucks so bad being out under the elements, and I'm really hyped about this tent. It's 1 gold.
Yeah. It's nice. Like you said, it's a nice orange material. It's a very interesting setup. It's triangular. No, it's not triangular. I was going to say, I was like, how weird can I make this? That'd be so mean.
Triangular, that makes sense.
But like a triangle around a person, like which way?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I was imagining like it was like this shape. That's wrong. Maybe it has like a triangularly pointed top. Like it really comes to like a peak, almost like a circus tent a little bit up at the top. That's
because Oliver's a clown.
With the rainbow colors and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So that's what you got. It smells really, really herbal. Like, it's not the most unpleasant smell. It's just really strong. Like when you kind of take it out and you're like holding it up and you figure out, like you're feeling it and grabbing it for the first time. You're like, didn't expect that, but maybe it'll air out eventually. So it should be fine.
Okay. Interesting.
This dude's been hotboxing it.
Mm-hmm.
Salesman dude.
I didn't say anything. That's really funny. I'm sorry, that's not a very funny comment to just say for a flat voice, but
thank you very much.
Weed jokes. Always hilarious.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. This Class A humor.
Top notch. We're all comedy majors.
Yeah.
Math and comedy are actually the same thing. I didn't know if you guys knew that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty funny.
The piano bar was named after a math term, so.
Sorry that we didn't let you share
okay.
knowledge.
I didn't think you guys would want to go to the piano bar, but I also thought that one was it would make the most sense to be math related.
Yeah.
Right. Oliver's probably going to go to the magic shop now. I don't know if, do we want to do that first, or also I don't know if Balthus has where he wants to go to.
I was thinking I only have I wouldn't mind a tent just in case, just because we would absolutely need, because we've been camping outside a lot. And well, granted, if we haven't been in inns and whatnot, so I think a tent that would be my size would be pretty good.
You find this guy who's really smooth talking.
Oliver, do you know this person? And then Oliver's nowhere near me.
I'm already walking off with my tent.
Exactly, you're off is do you have a tent that happens to be my size?
He looks you up and down, and he pulls out a tent that, it is, for all intents and purposes, it looks exactly like the tent you were just.
All intents and purposes?
A slightly darker shade.
I was going to say, I thought that was intentional.
And it's bigger, and he's like, this tent here, 2 gold pieces for the big size.
You got yourself a deal.
He hands it over.
Yeah, perfect.
And again, it's got that really strong scent to it, but it will fit you.
Yeah,
just
whatever fits.
Your toes are hitting the end.
Hey, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
I would
I'll
also
take
like a tent if everyone is getting
tent gang.
Out in the open.
Gang.
You managed to find, oh God.
A smooth talking.
I don't know. Would it be funnier to have him be the third timber, or would it be funnier if Miria just found a small goblin girl willing to sell Miria a tent? She's really smooth. You know what? Yeah, you find a small goblin girl on the side of the road. She's really smooth talking, and she's got these yellow tents that are made of this nice material, lots of setup involved, but they're these nice. It comes to this kind of pointed top. You're like, wow, this looks like Oliver's, but yellow and a little bit smaller. It's wonderful. And the price for this tent is 2 gold and 5 silver.
Oh,
I got stiffed, but I'm not aware of that.
it's the yellow. The yellow it looks so nice.
The color, I guess. 2 gold, 5 silver. Okay, I will buy this tent. 2 gold, 5 silver. Right. Yellow tent.
It does smell rather nice, though. It smells like lavender. And if you get it, up to compare to Oliver and Balthus, it's like a slightly better material, like not much, but it's like just a little bit better. Like you did pay up in price, but you got a little bit, like, I guess maybe that goblin girl was the competing tent seller on the market.
I didn't get a stinky tent like you guys.
Their tents were cheaper, but they were stinky.
They're stinky tents.
Stinky tents. You're gonna wake up all stinky, Oliver.
Yeah, I'm like
stinky.
Filled with the brim with jealousy, like my longing gaze at this yellow tent.
I like wave the fabric a little bit to waft the lavender smell over.
I wave my little wing tent back, but more to just air it out than to like try to like show it off to anyone.
Yeah. Just casting like prestidigitation to try to clean it in little sections. Okay. Now that we're done with the tent purchasing portion of every D&D campaign,
shall we check out a magic store?
And find a magic store? Is that something you'd like to do together? You can make your way into the town. Want to roll? Does anyone want to do an investigation to see how well you find some places to sell you magic stuff?
Oliver want to investigate?
Sure. That's a 13.
You don't manage to find a magic store proper. You manage to find like an alchemist who happens to have one potion of healing. You guys wanted to purchase it. Potions of healing are expensive. Give me a second to find the price.
I love this shopping sim that we've turned our campaign into.
Listen, the shopping is an important part of every D&D campaign. I really think it is.
I enjoy it. Going to the mall with my friends.
Literally, in one of my campaigns I played, we had a fantasy mall.
It's amazing.
It was the best. So fun.
Costco, where all your dreams come true.
I see like a regular Costco now, and it's like
what?
Oh, sorry. I was going to start talking about a different D&D podcast, but like...
It's fine. It's all... We've all been there. I haven't worn a Critical Role shirt yet, because I feel like that would be an odd choice, but part of me still wants to be like...
You should.
Remember Pumat Soul and Portable Vagrant? All right. One potion of healing, like a standard potion of healing, is 50 gold pieces.
Oh, so many gold pieces.
How much does a standard potion of healing do?
I believe it's 2d4 plus 2.
I have healing spells. And
also, if you get knocked out, like...
No gold. So... No, they're nice, but... I literally do not have that much gold in my entire life. Like, it's more than I am worth as an elf.
Oliver's a little bit of a fancy lad. We could definitely buy one, but like I could buy one, but...
Split it a little bit.
Do you have no gold?
No, I just don't have that much gold. Like, that is... I have 30 gold pieces. I started out with 35 or something. So that is more than like I have ever had proper.
It's good. I got it. I don't know why, but I don't remember doing this part of the character sheet at all, but like I do right now. It says like I have like 808 is what I have.
808? Did I really give you that much money?
Yeah, like I'm confused by it, but I'm looking at it. It's there.
I don't think you should have 800 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of.
Maybe it's
no, keep it.
Keep it.
I would give
consider it a treasury bond or something. Like it's a piece of paper that's like an IOU.
I think get 80 because I'm sure you were funded a little bit on your trip, right? Like,
okay,
that's much more reasonable.
I'm gonna double check that I didn't like type something wrong, but I can do that later. Okay, I got 80.
Sounds like it makes sense. I can chip in for the potion just a little, like.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have something where if you go down, like we're not out of like ways to heal you and you don't like just die. Or actually, is there a first aid thing? Whatever. Let's just get.
You could probably find a store that sells them. I don't think the Alchemist is the right place to get one. But you could probably get a healer's kit as well in the city. And I'm not going to make you roleplay out finding another shop.
I know.
Let me just find the price of that and we can get you one.
Shopping exhaustion is setting in. Once I go to more than like 2 stores, I'm dead. I'm done.
It's not that like shopping exhaustion. It's like I prep the fun stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I spend time on like the interesting places you can go. And then for the rest of it, I'm just like, they'll find somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to write up. It's a big city. I'm not going to write up every tailors and butchers and everything that like is here.
Not everyone can be a smooth talking salesman.
I didn't, you know what? Would it shock you to know that I didn't spend a lot of time prepping the smooth talking salesman who sell only tents of different varying shades of warm colors?
I am so surprised. What is his name, Suzanne? It's okay. Are we
merciless bullying?
I look so sad. I really don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay, Suzanne.
I'm going to name him now, but you made me name him.
No, you don't have to. It's a joke. I just want to know if we're buying the healing potion or not.
Okay, yeah, you can decide if you're going to.
Okay.
I feel like maybe a first aid kit would be an economical.
A first aid kit, I mean, it's
I
say you could like 5 gold could grab you a nice healer's kit.
Okay, yeah, sick. No, Oliver can buy that. He has more money.
Yeah, and that's just for stabilizing people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, like, I just don't want anybody dying.
Is that
it would be a medicine check, right? Like to use the healer's kit, though, and you're not proficient with it. So that's just another note.
How many times can you use it?
Maybe a couple before you'd have to replenish.
Okay, that works for me. I would like, and we don't need to spend a lot of time on this because I also want to go see the ocean. But I would like to find like a junk shop or a thrift store or someplace that sells weird, like randoms.
You start asking around, you know, what's interesting around town, and you're looking around these different places, and you get pointed. A couple different people kind of direct you in pieces towards this kind of back alley, and you see there are a lot of people standing around booths selling all varying types of things out here. You see someone selling like pets. There are cats and dogs and parrots in cages. You see a halfling man dressed in all black head to toe, standing at a table full of bits and bobs, ends and balls and pens and just any manner of like knickknacks covering this table he's standing in front of. You see a tiefling woman who looks pretty, well built, kind of standing arms crossed at the end of the alley, overlooking the booths, and any number of more kind of smaller tents selling handmade foods, knickknacks, items. It kind of looks like a mix between like an arts fair and like a trash heap. It's an interesting vibe.
Anything that's like a little sort of mechanical artificer type looking thing.
Are you specifically looking for, so artificer is like enchant with magic. Are you looking for magical items, or are you looking for...
It would be cool to find a little magical whirring thing. But if I just see anything that looks cool, like the dowsing rod that like I haven't seen, I want to bring it back to...
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like little like knickknacks, the halfling in all black absolutely has little things that whirl, toys that you kind of wind up and walk on their own, in a way that seems like, at first you would see like, a marching toy. You'd think of like a marching soldier, which would wind up and do this one kind of very strict motion. These toys, as they wind up, they begin to walk in that pattern, and then they kind of have a life of their own. The kind of military soldier looking toy begins to dodge to the left and right and does a couple rolls before eventually the ticking stops and it comes to a halt in its original upright position. So there's one of these that was a soldier. There's one that was a ballerina. There's one that's making what looks to be like bread of some sort, kneading at a table. Just a couple of those mechanical toys. It might be interesting to you.
Is there like perhaps a little sailor or one that represents this town?
Yeah, you know what? There's definitely a sailor, and he's like, he's got a big thing of rope that he's kind of hauling in with the anchor on it. That's his kind of like his motion when he wind up.
How much for him?
I don't know. You want to make me an offer?
I don't want to offend him. What's like the price range, perhaps, that I might know? Are they in silver pieces or gold pieces?
I don't know. Do you know?
1 gold?
Deal.
Great. Thank you. Yay. This is perfect for Vati. All right. Can we go to the ocean? Can we go see the ocean?
Sure. I've never seen it myself either. It's going to be a new experience for both of us.
Beach episode.
Beach episode.
Beach episode.
You go to the end of the city. You kind of walk your way out of this alleyway, and find your way out to the city, following the sound of the waves. And you see it's almost like a ledge where the city ends and the waves kind of lap at the rocks beneath it in this kind of offshore. There are some stairs to head down into a really slim rocky beach that enters the water. So there is maybe a little bit of room for you to stand down by the water, but you're going to be getting really close if you don't want to be up on this edge, but you can do what you'd like with that. The ocean, Miria, I mean, you thought that field you were in is big. This thing is huge. Endless blue and green water with white foam crashing against rocks. Endless into the distance. It's pretty amazing.
Are we alone out on this beach?
Yeah, it's probably closing. You had dinner after getting out of there and kind of... Hello, we're back. What were we doing?
From this ad break. Yeah.
Ads we don't have.
We don't have ads.
No, at this point, we have like Audible, stamps.com.
No, we're definitely not going to get an Audible ad.
Skidmore, sponsored by Skidmore College. We're not technically wrong there.
I'd like to tell you all about Blue Apron. Blue Apron.
Skillshare is an online learning service.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Last we left off, we were at the ocean.
We're having a beach episode.
We're having a vacation episode.
There is this crashing ocean. People are kind of scattered about. It's getting a little later in the evening, so there are definitely some stragglers walking around the streets, but it's nowhere near as busy as it had been kind of earlier in the day. and you're all out here by the beach, by the water.
I'd like to go down to the water, put my toes in, see if I can find, a little crab or a starfish or some.
Yeah, you can take your big hat off as the sun is setting, kind of free your hair for a minute because you don't need the shade. Your long, luscious, and luxurious hair that you have.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to make? You can do investigation. You can do animal handling.
What am I better at? I am better at investigating. Well, I got a 5, so.
You see some hermit crabs kind of crawling away into the water, but they're too fast for you.
Speedy. All right. Good.
Sorry.
Just gonna enjoy the view for a bit.
Splashing around a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You didn't tuck your pants up high enough, so the bottom of the cuffs are getting a little wet.
Wow, so serene. Oliver does not want to get wet. I'm not into it. So I'm trying to find like a nice shell, but like I don't want to get near the water. Maybe there's some nice ones near the water, but like I'm pulling back.
A shell that you want, I will get it for you in the water.
Is that also an investigation?
Yeah, go for it. Definitely not animal handling.
I didn't know if maybe perception.
I guess if you're looking for it actively.
Okay. That's a 15.
15? Yeah, you managed to find a pretty nice shell. A nice unbroken conch with some nice purple and blue hues on it. It's a little bit reflective. It's pretty. Balthus just standing up top.
Yeah.
Arms crossed,
I was gonna say, the ocean. The only time I've ever been in the ocean is really on a boat. I mean, I know how to swim, but I got,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Remember that skewer from all the way back at the first episode? that meat skewer from the trader. I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna see if that's still good. I want to see if I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that.
Gonna enjoy his old meat skewer.
Old meat skewer. Yeah. Preservatives. What are those? So I'm gonna eat eat that, and hopefully not get hurt from food poisoning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really it. Just watching them enjoy their time.
Constitution. No, I'm joking. You're fine. It is maybe lost its flavor from being in your bag for a few days, but it's good. It's meat on a stick. Yeah. You could probably throw the stick pretty far into the ocean.
I've had worse. Hey, Oliver, Miri, think fast. No, I'm kidding. Don't actually do that.
With it.
Yeah. Use it as a walking stick.
It's not quite that large, Bells. You're a very tall dragonborn. Your meat stick wasn't.
It just skews right into the sand. It would just sink.
Yeah, it was just kind of bye-bye.
No, the stick of meat was probably this big. It's not long enough. He uses a walking stick.
Maybe a walking stick for a gnome and
Yeah. Oh wait.
tiny
Wait, we know somebody.
A gift for Gimbal.
A gift for Gimbal. We have him a walking stick.
My old
meat
make your
stick. Only friend so far mad at you.
No, we're also friends with the lizard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
How's
the lizard doing?
Nettle. How's Nettle doing?
Good.
Sick. Have you ever seen the ocean, Nettle? Look, my child, at all the things this world has to offer.
It shocks you a little bit.
Is that a happy shock or a sad shock or a mad shock?
Make animal handling check.
17.
Oh, okay.
17. It doesn't like the water.
Oh, okay. You can go back in my coat. Here you go.
I was gonna say I can hold on to him. So got it.
Now.
Balthus just said he was going to eat the lizard?
No, what? I said I was going to hold on to it. I didn't say I was going to eat it.
Cannibalism?
Cannibalism?
They're both lizards?
Dragon, lizard.
I get it. I see that. I could see that. I don't know. I feel like it's like if like we ate
cannibalism, but I also can see why you think it'd be weird.
Please don't eat metal.
I wasn't planning on it.
It's a good little shock lizard.
He's a good boy. If it's getting late, are we going to return to the inn?
that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
If we are, I think, walking back for a sec, I'm just gonna like hang back a bit and be like, I'll meet you there. I'm just gonna chill here for a bit.
Okay. Oliver's like,
Oliver
Alright.
and Balthus, you guys arrived back at the Mechanical Mushroom. Gimble had left as you guys went to do your shopping spree for the afternoon, promising to meet you guys there in the morning. And as you arrive, you go to talk to the barmaid about, getting rooms set up. You find that 3 rooms have been reserved for you, prepaid. So you guys all have rooms for the night.
Oh, did
That's
Gimble
nice,
pay for them?
There's no name left on the table, but you can only assume.
That's kind
On
of.
the
an anonymous benefactor.
an anonymous benefactor.
We were so rude to him.
He was also rude to you, and he felt bad. So
It'll all be better once we give him his walking stick.
I think it was like the pressure of the moment. You're like, well, I guess I gotta trust these people. And then after he got out, he was like, this is really weird.
It's really random. Like,
Why are you guys here?
3 weirdos just showed up to his school.
Yeah. I mean, what would you think, right? Who knows? But Miria, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna sit on the beach and close my eyes and just sort of try and tap into what I've felt in the past and just be like, please don't do anything big, but are you here?
You feel warmth inside, like a yes, like there is some sort of response to your question.
Is this your doing?
You get this kind of answer back. I don't think you know that when you're communicating, like how you're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
You can just kind of understand this language as it comes to you, but you're not really aware of what that is. Technically, I know we've said in the past that you speak Abyssal, but maybe you don't even understand that that's what's happening in that kind of internal conversation. And you're going to get this response that's kind of like, no, but I wish I had. You can't find a distinct voice from it yet. Most of your communications is not like talking with a person. It's getting responses in a feeling.
Okay. So it's not connected to us.
Could be.
Okay. Then go away because I don't need this.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
Come on, charisma. Do your thing. I got a 2. 3 and no, that's gonna be a 4 in total.
There's no response in terms of language interpretable. You kind of feel that the conversation has ended and you don't know exactly what's going to come out of that, but you don't feel like you did a very good job convincing, considering there was no response.
Not a very well, I'm going to sit there for a bit and then I'm going to go back to the inn.
You find again your room has been paid for. And anything that you guys wanted to do before you sleep? Oliver, Balthus, any business you need to take care of on your own?
Can't think of anything.
Miria, I would love for you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I got a 13.
13. Okay. So you guys have a night's rest in the tavern, and you wake up, you come downstairs the next morning, and you go to order breakfast, only to see the barmaid looking distressed and all out of sorts, hair frizzy and undone, and she looks like she doesn't really know like what's going on, and she's kind of frantically running to try to help people out, but nobody seems to have food on their table, even though you've woken up to a leisurely morning time.
We all woke up to a leisurely morning time?
I mean, I assume you guys, you didn't set an alarm or a timer. I think you're meeting with Gimble like later in the day, but like you probably didn't wake up at crack of dawn is what I'm saying. So like there should be people down here already enjoying breakfast, but it seems to be a room full of empty tables and empty plates.
I ask her if everything's all right, I guess.
Well, I don't know what happened, but overnight, everything's spoiled. Everything's spoiled. So we're just trying to figure out what to do with food, because we need to get more food in here. So no breakfast for a while. Hopefully lunch. So sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay.
I can get you water.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh no, it's fine. I have.
It seems you can.
I think I have a water thing. Yeah, I have a water thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, have a wonderful day. And she goes
I
back.
hope yours gets better.
Yeah, seriously.
Kind of like running around, getting things, sending people out on missions, and you see people coming in now with food in big baskets that they seem to have, are bringing in this morning, so the kitchen can start getting everything prepped and ready to feed these people. But it's morning time. At some point, you will get kind of a late brunch. Gimble appears to join you, and hopefully next time, maybe we stop it here and you guys can do your scrying, figure out where you're going and what's happening with more of that situation next time on Phantasmal Forest. Lovely to play with you guys. So glad we got to do some shopping. There's more where that came from, so and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Phantasmal D&D. We'd love to see what you guys have to say about the show. We are really looking forward to your feedback, and we are having such a good time making this for our projects and for hanging out with each other and for posting it. So, woohoo!
Woohoo!